So good morning. Today we'll be starting with the next topic, that is gyroscope. Now, first we'll see what is a gyroscope. A gyroscope is a device used for measuring or maintaining orientation and angular velocity. It is a spinning wheel or disc in which the axis of rotation, that is spin axis, is free to assume any orientation by itself. So, before understanding this definition, I want to make clear that a gyroscope will be having one rotating disc that will be spin axis, and that axis can be rotated about one more mutually perpendicular axis that is called as precision axis. So, actually, gyroscopic is a phenomena. So, it is a phenomena when a rotating disc will be shifted about other axis which is perpendicular to the rotating axis. So easily we can understand by using this diagram. See, here you can see this is the rotor. This is the rotor. Whatever the golden color disc we are seeing, that is the rotor, and this is called as the spin axis or axis of the spin. And here we are having one more part called as the gimbal, and this outer is the gyroscopic frame. So now if I am looking at the spin axis, it is say along the y direction. Now if I am looking along this direction, that is the axis where the gimbal is connected, it is say along z direction, that is in a direction perpendicular to the this paper or computer. Now this is z, this is y. Now which one is remaining? X. So if I am saying that this is the x axis, now when this disk is rotating about this axis, at whatever speed it may rotate, there is no harm. But when we are disturbing this rotating spin about another axis, see if I am tilting this one about our z axis, if I am making this one like this or like this, so in that case the gyroscopic effect will be coming into picture. So you can see from this diagram there are three axes. One is input axis, spin axis, output axis. Spin axis is the axis about which our disk is rotating, and this is nothing but our precision axis. So about this axis we are going to disturb the rotating disk. If I am holding about this input axis and disturbing this rotating disk, so either in this direction or this direction, then what will happen is about the third mutually perpendicular axis, that is the output axis. If I am calling this as x, z, then it will be y. So it will be experiencing a couple called as gyroscopic couple about the z axis. So this effect is called as the gyroscopic effect. So to understand this example, let us take a simple daily life example. Suppose we call the process of going to the college daily is say along x-axis, and if you are calling the process of going or studying at home as the y-axis, then if I am or sorry, the process of uh, uh, playing the sports as the y-axis. Then z is our, say, result. Whatever the result, we are getting academic result at the end. So what is our x? X is the effort you are putting in studies. Y is your involvement in entertainment. Z is your academic result. So when you are studying, if you are slightly inclined towards the studies more, then that will be affecting the third phenomena, which is the academic performance. So in a similar fashion, when the rotating disk is rotating about an axis called as spin axis, and if it is given a precision about a perpendicular axis to the spin axis, it will experience a couple in a direction which is mutually perpendicular to the both axes, called as the gyroscopic couple axis. So that is called as a gyroscopic effect. Now there is one rule to find what is the effect of gyroscopic couple. That rule is called as the right hand rule. See, according to right hand rule, or first we'll define what is right hand rule. So you have to curl the fingers of right hand in the direction of rotation of the disc, and our thumb, this this one, should be pointing towards the axis of spin, and these curled fingers will be showing the direction of rotation of the disc, this direction of rotation, and this same is shown here. Now whenever I am going to give a precisional movement, how I can give about z axis? I can give in this direction or in this direction. So in that case, we have to rotate our right hand in that direction, that is towards right or left by 90 degrees. Then whatever the curved fingers will be there, those will be showing the direction of active gyroscopic couple. To counteract this active gyroscopic couple, what the rotating disc will try is, it will try to rotate its spin axis in a direction opposite to the active gyroscopic couple, that is called as reactive gyroscopic couple. So this we can understand by an example of this aeroplane. See, this is the spin axis of the aeroplane. So the propeller shaft will be having certain mass moment of inertia, and it is rotating, say, along x direction. So x direction is indicating the rotation of propeller shaft, is it not? Then always the aeroplane will not go in a straight line. Sometimes it will be taking the curve, whether sometimes it may take right or left turn. So it will be to make a right or left turn, what it will do, it will be rotating about the z axis. So this axis is called as the precision axis. So when you are rotating, when the rotated disc is rotating about the x axis, and the whole aeroplane is turning about the z axis. Now which one is the remaining axis? X is over, z is over, remaining is the y axis. So this is our y axis. So if we are experiencing a couple about the y axis, what will happen? The aeroplane will either move such that its nose will be raised or its tail will be raised, is it not? If I am applying the couple about the y axis, its nose will be raised or the tail will be raised. Now how to find whether its nose will be raised or tail will be raised? For that we will be applying the right hand thumb rule, right hand rule, not thumb rule, right hand rule. So first we will be taking the right hand and the thumb will be pointed towards the direction of spin axis and the fingers are curled in the direction of spin, and if the aeroplane is taking a right turn, the right hand is turned by 90 degrees about y-axis along right side. Now the fingers are curled in a particular direction, say downward direction. So this will be indicating the active gyroscopic couple. So what the plane does is to counteract this active gyroscopic couple, so it will be shifted in a direction opposite to the active gyroscopic couple, means this tail will be going in the downward or downside, or the nose will be raised. Like this, by applying the right hand rule, we can determine whether the tail will be raised or nose will be raised. Now what is the advantage of this? Suppose a pilot is taking a very sharp turn, then what will happen? This precisional velocity will be very large, omega p. When the precisional velocity is very large, the gyroscopic couple will be also very large, because the gyroscopic couple is given by I omega into omega p. I is the mass moment of inertia of rotating parts, omega is the angular velocity of the disk, omega p is the precisional angular velocity. So when the gyroscopic couple is very large, then what will happen? The plane, its nose will be raised or lowered to the extent that the plane will lose its balance. Are you getting? The plane will be, its nose will be raised or lowered to an extent so that the plane will be losing its balance. So to avoid this, by using the gyroscope, we will come to know at what speed this omega should be there and at what angular velocity we should take the turn, so that the plane will be maintaining its balance well within the limits. So this is a concept regarding the gyroscope. Thank you.